I love that one of the Korean comments on his Instagram when he announced that he was laddering again was like, not even Cyril will be able to stop Sue from getting second place.
Oh, feels bad, man. Oh god, Cyril's gonna be shaking in his boots if he's on the same side of the bracket as Sue. Like, he can't stop him. He'll get there. He'll get there. He won't win.
He'll get to the final.
Get to the finals. Ay.
This match. But that is enough about that. We are going to be starting off our grand finales here. It is a best of 5. Oh, predictions. If there's still time.
Yeah, they're on.
It might not be.
They're
on. They're
live.
on. Yeah. They are live. And we are going to be kicking it off on Berlingrad, LE. We're in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We, of course, have a blue Terran player coming out from the land of Korea. He's going to be representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. DPG. He is Cure.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, going for a pull first. Let's go! What a way to start a series. We have our South Korean Zerg player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Dark. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
And now we have to look at Cure and hope that he goes for an SCV Scouts are very standard. Very standard. There's no way he doesn't go for an SCV Scout, right?
We'll see. He's on 19 supply light, and I don't see an SCV going across the map.
Oh, okay. We're okay.
Okay.
There we go. As soon as the Rax is done, the SCV is headed across the map, so he will confirm. Oh, it's not! There's more to it! There's
No,
more to it!
it's not going to be enough for this SCV to scout the Lings. Oh man, if it can't get into the main base, then Cure will have, unless he plays ultra defensive, he's not going to make it out of this. He's not going to make it out of this too well.
Oh, exactly. The SCV does confirm that the hatchery is late, that the Lings are already out. He knows that it is a pull first. And, oh my god, the Reaper is going across the map, but it gets intercepted! Oh!
Just like so. It seems like Dark is pretty well aware of his teammates' scouting patterns, specifically when it comes to the Reaper. Super important that he was able to intercept it right now, but the Reaper, with some very fine micro, still be able to take out the Lings.
Yeah, exactly.
But is it too late? I don't see a bunker.
I mean, it's so important that the Reaper is not at home, that it's out on the map, and it will scout and confirm the Roaches. Roaches are already on the way, but at least Cure will have a bit of a heads up. We should. No! He misses the Roaches! He misses them! Ah.
Now he sees them, but again, is it too late? Looking at the production tab, no, Cure! He's trying to throw out a bunker to low ground.
Bold move by Cure. Roaches are already on the way. Will the bunker finish? Will the bunker survive? Is the big question. Usually the answer is no, but one of the Roaches was slowed down, so this is kind of taking a little bit of time here. Oh my god, he's actually getting a second bunker.
Why? The first one doesn't even finish up, and the second one follows suit. He is getting a Cyclone out, and he is buying himself a little bit of time, but looking at the math, I mean, that Cyclone isn't even halfway done.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a lot of Roaches out right now.
We do. We even have a Ravager as well. We do see that the add-on is under that. Oh, no, the SCV, no! Some SCVs already get picked up, and the add-on gets picked up as well. Oh, no.
Only one Marine will be out, and one Cyclone as well. I mean, that's definitely going to help out a little bit, but he's running out of room to kite. The Cyclone's getting so low, no repair on it. We do have a couple of Marines, but that ain't going to be enough, is it?
Oh my god. I mean, we do see a full surround, so the citizens arrest. The boys have been pulled. They get a surround. A couple of Lings come in as well, so this will be cleaned up, but look at the amount of damage that's been done.
11 SCVs have already gone down, and important to keep in mind, Dark is not fully committed to this. But even though he's not fully committed, he still gets a couple more SCVs.
Yeah.
It's 32 drones versus 18 SCVs, even with mules. It's gonna take a long time for Cure to catch back up. Meanwhile, Dark saturating his natural base.
Yeah, mate, when I saw Cure throw down the bunker, like, I know that it's not gonna work, but I wanted to believe. Because
I did too. I was like,
if Cure's doing it, then it has to make sense, right?
exactly. It was like one of those things where when I first saw the bunker in low ground, I was like, Cure, no, this is an amateur mistake. This is a mistake I make.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, wait, but it's Cure though.
Exactly.
Maybe he can pull it off, and then I can learn how to pull off bunkers on the low ground. And then he didn't pull it off. And
Exactly. Exactly. I saw the second bunker, and I'm like, oh, maybe Cure knows something that we don't. And it's like, no, he was just helping the Copian, mate. He was hoping maybe like, I can hold on. Oh, God.
He's like, I'm not sacrificing the economy. Well, you're gonna sacrifice the economy one way or another, pal. And you took the bigger sacrifice.
Exactly. For those wondering, typically when it comes to a roach rush like this, you want to give up the natural base, you want your bunker on the high ground, you want to hold at the ramp, not on the low ground, and Kira paid the price attempting to do so. Now we are, attempting to transition. Kira is trying to catch up in the economy, and he interestingly enough went for a Banshee. Cloak is on the way.
Well, it's one of the most effective or the most cost-efficient ways for you to get counter-harass in a position like this. It's still difficult, mind you. Because by the time the Banshee gets scouted, a lot of cases the Zerg player already has 4 crawlers. Not even that, but Dark, once he finished droning up, went for a full Ling Flood. The wall was not a wall, and should not be a wall if this Roach has anything to say about that. Yep, it's not a wall.
Oh my god, okay, the wall is now a wall once again. I can do good crisis management here by Cure, but also exclamation mark Cure, because this should never have happened. The wall should have been a wall to begin with. A couple more SCVs going down. Cyclone gets picked off as well.
Yeah, good crisis management. Bad that there was a crisis in the first place. Yeah, the Cyclone also gets picked off a little bit earlier on. Cure still very dedicated to these Banshees, and maybe they can pick off a Queen or two before this Overseer gets in position. But no, instead a Banshee gets picked off instead. Things are going from bad to worse here for Cure, slowly climbing back up when it comes to that worker count. But tech-wise, I mean, Dark. If this was a game of Civ, Dark is in the atomic age, whereas Cure is still in the medieval era.
He really is. I mean, the Banshee does get 2 drone kills, which is... it's something, but unfortunately the Banshee isn't where it needs to be, and it needs to be here in the natural base because we have some hidden tech. We are seeing a Spire. Dark, he is conserving all of his lava, all of his resources, just droning and going straight into mutas.
Like so. Oh. Nice control here on the Banshees, able to pick off a couple of drones here and there, but there's no escape for them. 4 drones for 3 Banshees, not worth it at all, mate.
Oh, but you know what?
At all.
You know what? He saw the Spire. He did scout the Spire, and, maybe that's going to be enough. Now he will not be surprised by the mutas, otherwise the mutas could have just straight up ended the game.
And that is nice, but... does Cure have enough to deal with the mutas, even if he knows that they're coming? I mean, he has a bunch of Marines, but he can't afford to throw down any whatchamacallits, missile turrets. He's relying a little bit more on tanks as well, rather than Widow Mines.
Yeah, he's gonna try. There we go. Turrets are being thrown down in every single mineral line. And we do see that because he got scattered, Dark is not just making mutas, he's making roaches as well. He knows that, okay, mutas aren't going to end the game anymore. The game will be elongated. I need to respect this. I need to make an army, and his army is gonna be roaches.
An elongated game. I like the I like the description on that.
There we go.
Elongated is a pretty underrated word. I don't know.
Every now and then you latch onto a word. What's the other one? Bamboozled? What was it?
Bamboozled. What was that word? Like thump? Or no, not thump. It's, I remember there was a word that one of us said at one point.
That was a word.
It was like thwack or something like that. I don't remember. It was like, oh my God. I like that word. It's not used often.
Meanwhile, the mutas do get in, and they're not going to deal too much damage. They won't get into the mineral line. They do catch a couple of reinforcements. Oh my God, they do pick off 2 Widow Mines.
Yeah, it's always feels bad when the unit that's supposed to counter your opponent's unit gets picked off by the unit that's supposed to counter.
Yeah.
When a Widow Mine gets picked off by a Mutalisk. It's not ideal, and this is not the biggest commitment into Mutas either here from Dark. He's forcing a lot of Widow Mines to be made, but as we can see, he's focusing a lot more on his Roaches and his Ravagers. Pretty soon, 1-1 is going to finish up for him. He wants to be aggressive. He wants to deny bases.
Yeah, that's a lot of Roaches.
A lot of Roaches.
That's a lot of Roaches, mate. Aye, aye, aye. Soon to be a lot of Ravagers, and when it hits, like, tanks are not going to be long for this world. It's going to be all about the bio. It's going to be all about the positioning. But here we go. He scans. He confirms the army coming across the map. Dark, he is done droning. He's making nothing but army.
Just like so. A very stable 64 worker cut for the mid game. This is just about going to be maxing out on Roaches and Ravagers. And he is not going to let up at all. I mean, how many tanks does Cure have? He has 1, and he's not going to be able to make any more either because of the add-on switch. A lot of builders get picked off unnecessarily. But not the end of the world here for Dark.
Yeah, exactly. He's just opening up another pathway. It does kind of make things a little bit more difficult here for Cure. As you said, there is 1 tank. The bunker immediately is going to be piled down.
But honestly, that tank is in a very nice position. Cure can keep the buffer alive long enough. He may be able to equalize and trade efficiently.
Oh my god, maybe. Meanwhile, decent wouldn't mind shot, but the bios just continue to rain. He even gets a medevac.
Not ideal here for Cure. Slowly but surely, the bio count is getting whittled down. Cure may have the defensive advantage, but Dark is holding down nothing but his R-key.
Yeah.
And he's sending it all across the map. Berliningrad, not a very long map at all. And defender's advantage very much being nullified.
And I think what's insane is that the Vials have been just taking down every single tank, every single Widowmine. Despite not having detection, the Vials have been absolutely insane. The Lings do end up hitting that third base, 10 SCVs go down. It looks like Dark is being forced back for the time being as there is a tank on the high ground. But oh my god, the army doesn't even care.
Not at all, mate. They slowly target down the tank. That one Widowmine actually got a couple of shots off. How many kills does it have? 3. It only has 3.
Yeah, Roach is a tanky, mate. They're pretty tanky.
Very tanky, yeah.
Oh, God. And with that, Dark, he's broken the third base. He's breaking into the natural as well. There is 1 tank on the high ground, and with that tank, maybe Cure can hold on a little bit longer, but Dark, he just finds another avenue of attack, another angle of attack even.
Cure very much running out of room to kite. Ooh. CC gets bowed down immediately, and Cure, he's forced to lift up and his third base and relocate. No,
yeah,
he doesn't even want to. He wants to lift the other bit. No,
yeah.
Cure!
Zero mining right now.
Oh no, I said things were going from bad to worse. Are they going from worse to worser?
He's trying to retake his base here on the low ground, but this base is so exposed. Aye. Widowmine shot does go off on the Ravagers, but my god, look at how almost every single Roach was morphed into a Ravager.
GG is called, and Dark takes game number 1. That's that unpredictability we were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Open up with a pool first, going to Roaches, going to Mutas, then back into Roaches. Crazy.
The funny thing is, this was like the standard about a year ago. Well, the standard about a year ago in ZvP for about a week before Zerg players realized that, before Terran players realized how to counter it.
Yeah, it's been quite some time, and now Dark, he's going to be able to lead this series. But again, it's going to be a long series. It is a best of 5, so still plenty of matches to come ahead of us. Meanwhile, shout out and exclamation mark Funada to Chase in the chat. Chase, he loves his Roaches, and maybe he's getting a little bit of inspiration from Dark. Chase, just saying, ANZ Champs was announced.
Set up, mate. Get your passport in order.
Just saying.
Just saying.
That's the first thing I said to Oreo. Oreo's like, hype, A's and champs. I'm like, mate, get your passport. He's like, God damn it.
I like that Chase shows up just in time for Blackburn as well.
True. He is black.
He has burned.
Oh, God. Can he get to game 2?
Yep, moving on. We are continuing our best of 5 grand finales here on Blackburn LE. We're in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We have our red Zerg player coming up from the land of Korea. He, of course, is going to be representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is ZvT, leading the series, the red Zerg, Dark.
Oh god, Steel is communicating with the youth.
How do you do, fellow kids?
It's spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn ALE. We have our South Korean Terran player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. DPG. It is Cure.
That's my idea for Steel next Halloween. I mean, I know he has the puppet, but fellow kids would be. I feel like that would be a good look on Steel.
It would be really good.
He's in the big 4-0 this year, isn't he?
Yeah, 400.
Yeah, fellow kids.
Oh god. Meanwhile, Dark, I don't know if you noticed, he opened up once again with a pool first, a pool hatch gas opener, I think, or maybe pool gas. Regardless, 6 slings are going to be on the way once again.
Yeah, pool gas hatch. 21-4.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Another very early Roach War, and as good as it was on Berliningrad, I gotta say, Roaches work even better on Blackburn. Especially if you go ultra aggressive.
100% mate, as the Lings are going, they're rushing across the map. Meanwhile, Cure, he went for his racks and he did not go for an SCV scout. Uh-oh.
Alright, this Reaper had better take the
What Reap?
loop where
I was like, what Reaper is going
yeah.
across enough, thankfully. But again, it will not be at home to defend. The Lings are about to rock up, and this CC will not finish.
Yeah, either way, Cure has to make an economic sacrifice, one way or another. At least he'll be able to scout the Roach Horn this time, though, so he can...
He turned around. He didn't check the main!
What?
No! He didn't check the main! No!
Cure's frazzled right now. Dark is just in his mind.
Not like
Dark. And I you know what? I can't really blame him, you know? They say that if Dark or Rogue signs up for an ESL Open Cup Asia, one of them is winning. And it ain't Rogue tonight, so yeah, I'm sure Cure's a little bit worried.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Cure finally scouts what's coming his way here across the map. He was listening to the stream on that 2-minute delay. He is going for the bunker on the high ground. He's not going to attempt to defend that low ground, but regardless, Dark is about to rock up, and he has the Overlord moving into position. He wants to break into the main.
Will he be able to do it, though? Thankfully, as you were saying, Cure listened to us this time, and the bunker will finish. I say will finish!
Oh,
it doesn't finish!
Oh, the snipe on the SCV! Oh.
And even though it finishes now, I mean, okay. He brings in a couple more SCVs to repair.
Yeah, that he does. Meanwhile, a bunker is going to get sniped, so, you know, Dark is still going to be able to deal some damage. The rest of the reinforcements are going to be chipping away here at the CC, bearing in mind that Dark is flooding Lings behind this. Like, he has not begun droning.
Yeah, it's so important that Dark is able to create an opening for his Link flood. That lock-on was really good. It did take out that Overlord, but another Overlord is here to give high ground vision. There's enough DPS to overwhelm this bunker. I do think that Cure's in a better position this game than he was last game, though.
Yeah.
So not all hope is lost.
I mean, the Cyclone didn't die immediately. Like, the Cyclone is honestly pretty big. We do see the Biles are able to zone out the army, but another lock-on does happen. Cure, he's holding.
But at a cost. 2 Cyclones are now, though.
Yeah.
Oh, one of them is locked out to the Overlord. Not sure if that's necessarily what you want, but regardless, Cure is able to survive, even if he does lose 10 SCVs. I mean, Dark is technically behind on the worker count.
Yeah, like, all these Lings could have been drones, is the thing, right? Like, Dark has kind of evened up the worker count, which means he's behind because we do have mules. Cure, now that he's defended, we do have a 3rd CC on the way to try and catch back up. And honestly, in the end, after all things considered, like, that was a pretty solid hold there from Cure.
Yeah. Very solid hold from Cure. Now things are very much evening out. Dark unfortunately got a little bloodlusted, as he was saying. Instead of all these lings, he could have been skyrocketing the economy, but you know, he has to figure out a use for him.
Yeah, I mean, Ling Speed is going to finish up soon. He's making another wave of Lings. 12 Lings are on the way. He saw that there is no wall because the CC, the third CC, is up in the main, not a part of the wall here on the low ground. So maybe he can pull off a Ling Flood.
Well, we'll see. It's still going to be tricky with all of these Hellions out and all of these Cyclones as well. Is Cure going to go? Okay, he's still going bio. He's still researching Stim.
Yeah, and I'm worried because the wall is slowly becoming a wall. The Hellions are moving out across the map. We still have a mass amount of Lings on the way here. There's still a big opening, and Dark, he's getting ready. Up!
Yeah, I think he saw the Hellions move out, but he didn't see the wall. GG, Cure, with that fantastic hold, will be able to even out the series sideways 1-1.
GG, well played. This is a PSA for all the Terrans in the chat. If you ever get pull first into a roach warren, just make sure you play like Cure in game 2, not in game 1.
Yep. Don't think that you're better than the high ground bunker, because you're not. No player in the world is better than the high ground bunker.
High ground bunker is king, mate.
It's not too good. Yeah, you're not too good to throw in a high ground bunker. I mean, even Cure ain't too good.
Exactly. Just throw it down, mate. Just throw it down.
Just fucking throw it down.
Oh god. But yeah.
Let go of your ego. You know, meditate.
Exactly. Kill it. That's exactly what Cure did, and now we are tied up here 1-1 in this best of 5. As we saw, Dark just went for a follow-up all-in. He knew how far behind he was, and he was just gambling. He was just hoping that there was no wall at that natural base. As soon as he saw a wall, GG. It was
in fairness, there wasn't a wall until he hit.
Yeah, it was so close. If he had hit like 2 seconds earlier, like he would have gotten in. The timing there was clutch, and that was also because like he lost his overlords. He didn't have vision of that wall, of the ramp, I should say.
Unfortunate for Dark there, but now that we are on even footing, we are going to be continuing our series, our best of 5 grand finales on Glittering Ashes. LE, we're in the bottom left-hand corner map, so I'll go all the way. In the bottom left-hand corner, we of course have our red Zerg player coming out from the land of Korea. He's going to be representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. Let's see if he does something other than Roaches that has been held. We have Dark.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Glittering Ashes LE, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Dark. Cure. I introduced Dark last time.
Yeah. Look. They are two sides of the same Phoenix. They are two G's on the same DP.
True. They're the two D's in DPG. But yeah, Cure. I was distracted by Chase in the chat. Chase, excited about the roaches, but in a bad mood. It's okay, Chase. It's okay. Hopefully you're able to chill here, watching some StarCraft.
Yeah, I'd be in a bad mood too if I was told I wasn't allowed to steal pedals from the music store.
I thought you were say I'd be in a bad mood as well if the Roach player lost.
I'd be in a pretty good mood.
You would. You're a Terran player.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh god. And we can see now Dark, he's given up on the nonsense. He went for a hatch gas pool, like standard opener.
For now.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, it's not too late to throw it on an Evo chamber and go for +1 melee.
I mean, if we know anything about Dark, like he's probably going to throw it on a Roach Warren at some point this game anyway. As we do see, he's got his natural up and running. He's going to go and take his third base as well. So yeah, everything's looking pretty standard from the side of our Zerg.
For now, meanwhile, back at home, Cure, he scouts, he finally recognizes, okay, no shenanigans this time. I am gonna reciprocate that. I'm just gonna grab my factory, grab my reactor, probably go into Hellions, get a 30cc before starport.
Oh yeah.
Let's play it economic.
Yeah, 3rd CC before the factory even finishes. Let's go. Like, Cure is ready for the mid game. Finally, at some point in this series, he's like, okay, you stop clowning around. You stop throwing down these early goddamn pools. Let me play some StarCraft.
Stop being a clown. Juggles.
Stop juggling like Cristiano, mate. Yeah. It was Beastlord, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, it was Ranger.
It was Ranger. That's it. It's all coming back to me.
I use it on Cristiano too, though, but
yeah.
Less flatteringly.
God damn it, Yaku. Oh god. But yeah, and I mean, I'm happy to see a Terran player here in the finals, especially with you coming back, Yaku. I know it's been a long time since we've casted together, so at least we got a nice ZvT to welcome you back. Feels good, man. Feels good.
Feels real good. And especially since it is a TVZ where the Terran player is going something pretty similar to what I do. You know, getting Hellions out, going for the Viking, and eventually the Liberator, I imagine. We'll see if he throws out an Armory, though. That would be a real, whatchamacallit. Fork in the road.
Like I say, that's gonna be like the icing on top, you know? Like,
yeah,
we open up with the Viking. Yeah, we've got the Liberator on the way as well. So we're gonna see potentially some multi-prong where the Hellions are gonna be harassing and distracting all the queens, and then the Liberator is gonna slip on into one of the bases, or Cure can decide to bring it all together into one push. Yeah, just again, kind of what we would expect to see, and it's gonna be on Dark to defend and make sure he doesn't lose too much.
Unlike Cure in game 1 and 2.
Oh yeah. And thankfully we do see Stim on the way as well, so we're not going to get any mech shenanigans. I don't know if I've seen Cure play mech before, to be honest.
I think he's done it like once or twice, but yeah, he much prefers his bio play typically, especially in TVZ. Dark, okay, also looking to macro up quite a bit, but it seems like a pretty early timing on 1-1, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, he went for a very fast Evo Chambers even before the Bailey Nest, and a lot of this is because he did scout, or he did confirm that it was a faster TC opener, so he's like, hey, you're being greedy, I'ma meet you with that greed. But the Liberator is actually dealing a decent amount more damage than it should. Oh!
Yeah, I saw Dark move the Queen away, but then I didn't see any of the drones moving away. I was like, what?
Oh
Dark? Hello?
Yeah. And the Liberator is not done. We do see it re-siege, but the Spore has kept up with it. 4 drones in total. Could have been worse, but also could have been better.
It's one of the most annoying things that a Zerg player can really face in the early game of ZvT. Now, you want to use your Queens to defend against Hellions, you're going to be relying purely on that Spore Crawl to deal with the Liberator. Liberator unsieges, resieges some out of range.
Yeah. And just
you can never mind.
And the Liberator got 7 kills in total. Again, more than what we really expected. So a nice start here by Cure, and he hasn't overcommitted with his Hellions. He has kept them alive, and with this, he'll be able to continue to just impede that creep spread and just keep control of the map.
Yeah, Dark has done a pretty good job of keeping his economy stable, defending his drones, but like you were saying, Cure is making it so that Dark cannot control the map just yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Cure is in complete map control.
Yeah, even more fresh creep tumors getting sniped here by said Hellions. He's kept them alive. Meanwhile, here we go. The double drop is going across the map to meet up with the Hellions. Okay, we still don't have an armory. I would have loved to have seen like a full-up like Hellbat bio push or something. Ah!
It's on the way!
It's on the... He knows!
Actually, I think that's what 2-2, but, you know, if he keeps Hellions alive, if he keeps enough of them alive,
all
that's our possibility. Yeah!
Oh, exactly. Why not both? Meanwhile, some nice target fire there. Ooh, Dark does snipe the medevac.
And with that, it's going to be very difficult for this Bioforce to retreat. Cure, you don't want to be committing too hard here, do ya? He does! He does! He's a madman.
So far, more creep is being spread. Baneling Nest is finally done, but Baneling Speed is still on the way. He is going to be morphing a handful of Banelings here in the defense, and that's going to be key crucial, especially against those Hellbats once they morph in.
Once they morph in.
There we go.
Yeah, Baneling Speed not done just yet, but there's still a lot of queens here that can really act as a buffer for the Banelings. Q start firing has to be on point if he wants to stay on point.
Yeah, and Cure, he doesn't overcommit. Again, he's just been trading, poking, prodding. He will back off. Again, the creep thread here is almost non-existent. Like, the creep just hasn't really been able to get out on the map, other than towards the bottom right, which is, of course, where Cure is not. Just continues to just deny all the tumors.
Yeah, the lack of creep spread, coupled with the lack of overlords, is really keeping Dark blind right now. He has no clue that Cure has this follow-up force coming in from the south.
Yeah, exactly. Dark, I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on to this fourth base. The Bio Army is here, forces the cancel, and even clears up more of this creep.
Just like so. That's a massive blind spot now for Dark moving forward.
Yeah, that was like 10 tumors. That was insane. Dark is forced to cancel the fourth again. Fifth even.
Yeah, Dark just cannot get an economy up and running. Once again, I feel like he may have been a little bit greedy when it comes to his tech. He's trying his best to get to 2-2 Hydraling Bane, but it's just not really working out too well for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting there, right? 2-2 is about to finish up. Baneling Speed is done. He's got his Hydras, so even though you could definitely argue he has been greedy, but he's gotten here in the end. He has sacrificed the fifth base and creep tumors to get here though. Like, again, like, because of the dominance that Cure has on the map, like, Dark, that's what, the third, fourth time that he's been forced to cancel his base.
What I have to ask though is, it's great that Dark is getting to his point of, you know, Hydraling Bane, but what's his end game?
Yeah,
right. He's trying to get to the mid game as quickly as possible. But instead, he gets to the mid-game at a pretty normal timing. Only now he's starting to get his hive. He needs to keep playing defensive for quite some time when I'm sure he would much rather hit a pretty powerful timing.
Yeah, exactly. The Banelings are just not ready here. We do see the one shots going off. The Ling Hydra looks like it's going to try and push this back. Banelings are finally going to be finishing up. But you're right in saying that where was the Lurker Den? You would have thought that Dark would have rushed out that Lurker Den a little bit faster when we don't see it inside. Instead, he's getting a hive instead. And because of that, the fifth gets denied for again.
You know, it's also a pretty decent concave there for Dark in that position, but Cure, he was already very well set up with his mines and his spread as well. I like this a lot from Cure. He's always making sure that he never fights off of creep. Does Dark have enough to overwhelm? Not quite. He has enough to shave off the bio count. Not enough to really keep Cure at bay.
Yeah. Again, Dark just forced to double expand. He wants another base up and running. Yeah. He doesn't have enough to really break him, but more Banelings are on the way. With these reinforcements, again, Cure shouldn't be pushing into this fourth base anytime soon. Meanwhile, Vipers are now on the way. So Ling, Bane, Hydra, Viper is the composition of choice here for Dark. That's okay. Not gonna lie, it's okay in the mid game. And we'll see if it's gonna be enough to really break through, because the biggest problem is that there's just no creep to work with here.
There really is, and it's going to be even less creep as the game moves forward. Cure being so careful with his tanks, just dipping in and trying to bait out an engagement from Dark. He is maxed out now. Cure, I mean, but so is Dark.
Yeah, and Dark just then tried to sandwich the army. He tried to dive on top of it, but he just barely couldn't get us around.
Oh! Decent connection with the Banelings, but that's not quite going to be enough. These tanks in the backline are really killing Dark. I mean, you can really tell that Dark, he wants to risk going off of creep. He knows if he can get a Baneling connection on this Bioforce, he doesn't have to worry about much, but the tanks are really preventing him from taking that risk.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the Vipers. Where the hell are those Vipers? Meanwhile, in comes this push towards the south. This hatchery's going to go down. Meanwhile, finally, Dark collapses on the army. He will clean up every single one of these tanks. He breaks free at the cost of a base.
At the cost of a base, all of his Banelings, and Cure's not done yet. Barely a dent has actually been dealt to his supply. As good as the resetting the tank count was, Cure was relying a lot more on his bio throughout this entire game.
Oh god, exactly, and finally there is that lurker den. These Vipers, exclamation mark for now, these Vipers, if they were a part of the fight earlier, honestly I feel like Dark could have been able to break through, especially with blinding clouds. They're here, but I guess they're just not a part of the army control group. Fine, okay, there we go, finally he's picking them up, but is it too late?
It definitely seems like it, as Dark is being pushed into a corner. Slowly but surely, the Vipers!
Oh.
One tank gets taken out as the Vipers get, or one Viper gets sniped as well. The Blinding Cloud is helping Dark a lot, but these Marauders are really making sure that the Banelings don't get good connections.
Yeah, exactly, and the Blinding Clouds run out. GG gets called, and Cure will take game number 3. Oh my god, his macro was just absolutely insane. We saw that in the defense, like, we saw that Dark, he was dancing with the army back and forth outside his 4th base, and his supply was basically doing nothing. Usually, you want to be going for some run-by, some counterattacks. You want to try and slow down the economy of a Terran opponent as well, and punish them for having their army on the map, but Dark, he was just stuck at home the entire time. He was trying to be a little bit greedy with his tech, but also not being greedy with his tech, and...
Yeah. It's weird Goldilocks position there.
Yeah.
It does definitely feel like Dark was tunnel visioning a lot. For whatever reason, he kind of thought, no, we're gonna play out a macro game. We're gonna play this out. Hydra Link Bane versus Bio Tank. That's all I need. That's what we're gonna do. Cure said, I got other plans for you, buddy. Well, no. Cure said, okay, we'll do that. But if we only do that, you know I'm gonna win, right? You know that army's not gonna scale particularly well.
Yeah. GG. That was such a weird game because Lingbane Hydra, that's something that we saw like 2 years ago, like before the rise of popularity in lurkers in this
2 years
matchup.
ago. Holy, 2 years ago wasn't two. I'm just realizing 2 years ago was 2020.
Yeah, maybe even longer. But like it was a staple in this matchup, but it was kind of phased out over time. Dark, maybe stuck in the past, maybe forgetting his lurker den. GG.
Well, I will tell you, he is using his 2017 portrait. So that may be an indication. But anyway, we're going to be continuing and hopefully not concluding this grand finales now on 2,000 atmospheres. LE. Oh, I miss Blink-182 intro. In the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we of course have our red Zerg player coming out from the land of Korea. He of course is going to be representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG. We have Dark.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG. It is Cure. Leading this series 2-1, mate.
Yeah. Un momento, por favor. That's all he needs.
Exactly. Un momento is
Porque
all.
lo un.
Oh god. Un momento is all he needs. And again, that last game was peculiar. That wasn't the Dark that we usually see. Maybe he was being stubborn, maybe he wasn't respecting his opponent. We know that Dark can sometimes be overconfident, and maybe he was like, I don't need lurkers. Like, maybe he's like, I can just make Lingbane Hydra and I'll just roll over you, mate. What are you gonna do about it? And we saw that Cure just smacked him down and just was so active as well. Just the way that he just kept denying base after base after base after base, and the way that he just never let up with his macro. It was crazy.
That's the type of Terran that I wish I could play.
Yeah.
the kind of TVZ I wish I could pull off.
It was impressive.
It really was.
Like I'm not gonna lie, in that last game, he made Dark look bad in that last game. Like
He did.
Oh my god.
That's not something you see too often.
Yeah. And
it's one thing to beat Dark. It's another to completely clown on Dark.
Yeah. It was a dominant fashion there. And we're not saying that Dark is bad, it's just that Cure just looked that good in that last game. Specifically. Yeah. So, oh my god! No! Cure being a little bit too ambitious there, a little bit too greedy. He wanted that drone kill, he got the kill, but at the cost of his life.
That's why they call it the Reaper.
And see, if Chase was playing here,
That's
he would
right.
throw down a Roach Horn immediately.
Unfortunately, Dark hasn't heard the heralds of Prophet Chase yet.
He needs to. He needs to.
He does. One day.
One day. Meanwhile, now with the death of the Reaper, the Lings are across the map. There's nothing to stop them. They are going to be able to get one SCV kill, force some lost mining time, force a delay on the mules here at the natural. So, yeah, alas, this is what happens when you lose that Reaper.
Yeah, Dark in complete map control at the moment. More importantly, he's making sure that Cure is completely blind moving forward. He even forces him to make an additional Hellion. It's not entirely ideal.
Yeah, just kind of the safety Hellion to start things off before the add-on switch. Oh! He's listening to the stream.
Chase just PM'd him.
Yeah.
In his brain.
It's like, mate, what's going on? Why are you trying to play a ZvT without roaches, mate? That's why you lost.
Coach Chase.
Coming in clutch. Here we go.
2022.
Yeah, Dark does end up throwing down that Roach Horn. Again, because of that Reaper, because of the delay of the follow-up Hellions, Cure has very limited scouting information right now, and he has no idea that roaches are being built.
I do like that he's getting Banshees, though.
True.
I think he's mostly getting them to be a bit more aggressive with his Hellions. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an Armory thrown down just about now, but yeah, once again, the Banshees are probably the best early game defense you can get against roaches.
Oh yeah, Banshees are king right now against these roaches. Meanwhile, Dark, he has kind of delayed his drone production for this. I imagine he's going to be pushing out pretty soon, and he can still deal a lot of damage, but I'm sure he's going to be feeling a little bit sad that we are going to have 2 Banshees out of the map.
Sad indeed. Well, the Banshees do scout the Ravagers and the Roaches.
That they do already. One Roach getting picked off before the push happens, and now we see some focus fire on the Ravagers. No, the Ravagers are already getting picked off.
Not an ideal start whatsoever for Dark. And look at that, the Hellions, he's keeping them alive as best as possible, so he has a way to deal with all of these Lings. There honestly aren't that many Roaches and Ravagers out, so the Banshees are going to do great against them. Fantastic use of choke point. Once more, I gotta say, I feel like... Okay, good. Luckily, fortunately for Dark, he is joining up. I was gonna say, if Dark goes all in, he is... that's gonna lose the series straight out.
He would. I mean, thankfully there was some pretty good target fire there, and because of that, Dark was able to even things up when it comes to the worker count. But as you said, like, he needed to drone up hard after this. Otherwise, like, there's no way that he just ends things from here. He still did make a wave of Lings, and he's got to try and get where he can. Yo, Stim isn't done, but Stim finishes up just in time, but they couldn't get surrounded. Ooh.
They almost get surrounded, but the SCV's coming in clutch.
Ooh.
Only loses 3 of them in the end.
Yeah, not a bad cleanup there by Cure. Now he's moving across the map with his Banshees. We have Spores in position. We do have a Spore in every single base. We have our Queens. These Banshees shouldn't get too much damage done, but maybe a straight Queen.
Yeah, we have Spores, but we don't have an Overseer. That lair is only finishing up now. 2 Queens! Can't take it out for free!
Mate, Dark, you can't afford these losses. Not after the opener that you had 2 Queens, 2 more drones, even more drones may get picked off as well. This is just beautiful from Cure.
Yeah, this is Terran art. This is TVZ art.
This is the Mona Lisa, mate.
It is. I love to see. This is the ballad.
Yeah.
Okay, Mona Lisa.
This is the Mona Lisa, and Cure is smiling right now.
Yeah.
Oh god, here we go. Cure is rallying across the map. What do we have to defend? We have a couple of Roaches. We don't have any Ravagers. We don't have any Banelings. Quickly looking at the units here. We don't have any Lings either. Like, this may just end the game. Oh boy.
I think it's gonna. I mean, looking at the Roach count, looking at the tank count, looking at the bio on the ground, yeah. I mean, maybe if Dark focuses really hard on his defenses, he's going to be able to stall the push, and then maybe he can go for the counter attack. But I'm not sure if Kyo's gonna take that bait.
Yeah, Kyo doesn't pull the trigger. I do think he definitely could have, just because there are no Ravagers, so it would have been very difficult for Dark to really deal with sieged up tanks. But instead, Kyo, he's like, I'm not going to go for a frontal push. Let's go for some drops instead.
Just like so. Try to split up the forces as best as possible. That's a very early, not Evo Chamber, the other one. Infestation Pit, now that I noticed it.
Oh yeah, Infestation Pit has been thrown down, and it makes a lot of sense because we have Roach Ravager as the main army, so it's going to be Infestors to really lock down that army. Biles, ooh, almost connect with the Medivacs.
Close, but no cigar.
Exactly, and again, this is something that we do see from Dark. This is what we were talking about at the start of the series, how Roach Ravager, Infestor, eventually late game going into Lurkers is something that Dark does like to do, but I mean, he is kind of behind in this scenario. Typically, you want to do it while dealing damage in the early game, so can he survive? It's all about whether he can get those Infestors out in time.
Oh, and those Infestors will have enough energy in time as well. Pathogen Gland is gonna finish up pretty soon. Dark does not want to produce any Infestors before that finishes up.
Yeah, but
otherwise they don't benefit from the upgrade.
We need Infestors ASAP, though. I mean, thankfully he does have a couple of Ravagers this time, so even though we have 4 tanks, would you have a couple of Ravagers to meet them?
Oh, a little bit misplaced on those Biles, and those tanks get some fantastic shots off. On top of this Roach army, look how down in the red they are.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Dark is gonna have an even harder time dealing with this. No tanks have gone down yet. Meanwhile, oh god, who is it? Ooh, do have a little bit of latency here. Oh god, but here we go. Dark is pushing in.
Look at that spread of tanks, mate. Just about everyone of them is shelling away at something. It's so difficult for Dark to engage. GG is called, and Cure takes that series 3-1. We were so worried for him after game number 1, but he prevailed. He prevailed, and he is your champion. Very nicely done here from a Korean Terran player.
Wow, GG. I am shocked right now, but Dark, he aped a little bit too hard. We were talking about his aggression, and it worked out in game 1. Then he tried literally the same thing in game 2. Of course, his opponent would respond better, and after that, again, he was just
fell apart.
Yeah, he did honestly kind of fall apart there. Ah, my god, GG. Especially that Glittering Ashes game. That was just, my brain was melting watching that. Oh god. GG.
It's one of those scenarios where even I could recognize, wait a minute.
Yeah, something's wrong here.
Dark is messing up something.
Oh my god, but GG, well played, because someone who wasn't messing up was Cure.
Absolutely. He messed up once in the early game, but after that just tightened up, said, never again. I learned my lesson. I had to learn the hard way, but I learned my lesson, and yeah, what a champion as well. I mean, when I woke up and when I came here to cast and I looked at the bracket, I was really hyped for 3 players. 4 players, actually, because we don't see them too often. It was Trap, Dark, Rogue, and Nightmare. You know, 4 players who we don't see too often make it this far in an ESL Open Cup Asia, or even set up for an ESL Open Cup Asia. But in the end, the player that won was the player who was the most consistent in participating in ESL Open Cup Asia, in doing well in ESL Open Cup Asia. And I would like to remind everyone, Cure does also have his GSL group tomorrow evening. So that's something to look forward to. Exactly.
Clearly, Cure is in form. And that's the thing, right? A lot of people overlook Cure, you know? He doesn't have as much notoriety as your TY, your Innovation, your Maru, your Byun. But Cure is still an amazing player. He's very solid. We were talking about his TVP. He has some of the best TVP in Korea. And here he's showing us just solid TVZ as well. Like, he again, maybe not the most standard TVZ games that we saw because because Dark was involved. But against Dark, he looked good. He looked good.
Now, I tell you what, if you can stand strong against Dark, you can stand strong against Ragnarok, who is one of his opponents tomorrow.
True. I feel like Cure is going to be perfectly fine against Ragnarok. I feel like maybe Cure's biggest like enemy or biggest kind of like rival there in his group, maybe Hero. Because Hero arguably, arguably the best pro
Hero's definitely in form.
True.
He's definitely getting in form. Well, best Protoss behind creator now.
True.
It's official.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And the other player is Bunny. Bunny's in his group as well.
Yeah. And yo, I would not sleep on Bunny, honestly. Bunny, I think, surprised most of us by being the player who made it out first in his IEM Katowice group. It was a very tough group at that. He is getting up there.
Oh, yeah.
So, I feel like whoever... I don't know, I feel like Bunny may just be Cure's toughest opponent there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Especially in the TVT. Like, that's the thing. Like, TVTs are so different in their dynamic compared to the other matchups. There are so many Terran players that, like, TVT is kind of their speciality. You know, they can go up against Maru and still win. Like, that's how good their TVT can be. So, yeah, like, Cure versus Bunny in a TVT, that could be really close and hard to call as well. But I guess really what we're saying is that be sure to tune into GSL tomorrow, because that is when Cure is going to be back.
Yeah. He's looking absolutely in form. He's going to be at the studio, rocking up. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And with that, I hope everyone enjoyed their time here. Thank you so much, Yaku, for waking up. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for waking up
I
and being a
woke
part of
up.
the cast.
At least in the middle of it, yeah. I'm really glad that I was able to get in. At least, at least halfway in. I mentioned this last month. The one time I cast it last month, I literally felt my body deteriorate when I wasn't able to cast StarCraft for a while.
Yeah, that happened to me.
I
as
actually
well.
noted. Yeah,
go on.
I actually noticed I had to do a presentation the other day in class, and I noticed I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm not doing presenting as well because I haven't practiced through casting in a long time. But it's like, yeah. You need to cast regularly in order to keep your body and your mind and your soul in tip-top shape.
True. Everyone,
you don't,
start casting. Let's go. Let's
go. People say when you quit smoking, that's how you elongate your life. Well, when you quit casting, that's how you do the opposite of elongating your life.
Yeah, exactly. You're shortening your life, mate. You're killing yourself.
Yeah. I'm not sure where I was going with that, with the smoking analogy.
You just wanted to say elongate. That's all you wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. I was gonna say, I felt the same way. I think it was during the January break after like not casting for like a week or something. Like I felt like anxious about the cast.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, it's been so long.
You were waking up on Sunday mornings and you were like,
like,
you were waking up on Saturday. It's like, jump by Hyperion, and you're like, wait a minute, no, it's on break.
Yeah, it happens. We're used to casting, and yeah, if you enjoyed our cast, we're going to be casting once again in a couple of days. I believe our next broadcast is going to be, I'm pretty sure, Sparkling Tuna Cup, unless we're doing another round of NA Apprentice, but I'm pretty sure other people have them covered. So Sparkling Tuna Cup, I believe, is going to be our next tournament that we cast here on the CranKy Ducklings. If you enjoy our casting, then follow us here on Twitch, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we are going to have an announcement soon, TM, as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought you were about to say something along the lines of like, and TikTok. But I was like,
oh
no.
God, no!
And I was gonna say no.
God, no! I have been telling Oreo. I've been telling Oreo to start a TikTok account. To be fair, he just doesn't listen.
Yeah, we don't mind Oreo having a TikTok account. We don't mind our players, embarrassing themselves by making a TikTok account.
Hey,
but
if they can
we don't want to sully our own brand.
True. Oh God. But yeah, keep an eye on our social media, because we are going to be having a couple of announcements around the corner in the coming days, so be sure to be a part of that. ! Socials in the chat, I believe. There we go. Huh. Beautiful. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Yaku, do you have anything else you want to add before we head off?
I did. What was it? I forgot something. Okay, so we can't vote in Nation Wars anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batman is, yeah. I guess I'll just say that, expect to see me a little bit more here. I mean, my semester isn't done yet, but, I do have a little bit more free time. Come the 13th of April. Oh no, come the 12th of April, I have literally 0 classes left. I only have an exam and an essay after that. So yeah, I will be on the CranKy Ducklings channel casting ESL Asia, maybe Chopa Hyperion, maybe Sparkling Tuna Cup as well, a little bit more. But and it's just about what it is. I'm not going to be streaming yet. I gotta wait until after my exam when I start streaming.
He'll come back. He'll come back. It's happening. It's happening. The Yaku comeback is real, and it will be here soon. Oh boy.
I also specifically for the next semester chose classes that do not clash with stuff that we cast. Well, except DreamHack, which I might miss a day or two of DreamHack, but other than that.
There you go. There you go. We'll be there. We'll be there. So,
there.
yes, with that, thank you everyone for watching. We appreciate your support, and we will see you guys in a couple of days. Ciao.
Bella.